Hi, and welcome back to Healthy Lifestyles with Cy Singletary. And today I'm going to make my legendary split pea soup. And I'm here with my girl Alicia. She's in the back. She's on production today, and she's going to help me capture all of the moments. So let's get started. All right? So here I am after my run. I did a little run in the cold with my asthma. So I don't know if that was the brightest idea. Move this pot over for a second. The first thing that you do is actually you want to get the oil started on your pot, okay? So we'll see, when I put the ingredients in the pot, you'll see how much oil goes in there. But if you see that it starts to smoke a little bit or it's been in there a little too long, just move it off of the eye or turn the eye off, okay? All right, so what we have to start, which is what I said in one of my other videos, is we have our onion, garlic, carrot, and celery. So what I'm going to do is chop all of this up into sizes that are the same, put them in the pot, and we're going to hear it sizzle, and we're going to get things going like that. Okay. So Alicia, are you going to say nothing? Pretend like you're not there?
I'm not here.
So I was able to get 1 carrot. I've said before that there's discrimination against healthy single people, but this is a big carrot. All right. Here we go. Ooh. Sorry. My counters are clean. And don't act like you don't do it at home. If food falls on the counter, you know you put it back on the cutting board. I know I do. Shoot. So I like to cut them in like halves. So I'll have it and then I'll turn it and I'll cut it in half again. Nothing really fancy. Just these little pie-shaped carrots. So Alicia, do you do any cooking when you're at home?
Not at all.
You don't do anything at all?
Once in a while.
No. Are you going to enjoy this lovely split pea soup afterwards?
As I always do. Yummy.
All right, so now when you have celery, this piece you want to cut off, that part and that part. I like to cut that off. I like to stick with the green parts because that's where I get the most flavor. All right. Cut this off. Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you get the silver bowl in the refrigerator? Because I gotta move this stuff off the cutting board. Is it in there? Yeah, perfect. All right, thank you.
Small bowl.
I know. So it's always good to have a little bowl. I have a couple of these, but I don't even know where they are. They might be dirty, whatever. So when you're cutting something, you want to get it off of the cutting board just so that you have space so you don't have things falling all over the place. And also, you don't want to hurt yourself and cut yourself because you don't have space on your cutting board. Okay. So the way that I cut garlic, you want to cut off each edge, and then you lay the garlic flat on the cutting board and you smush it, and then it's just easier to like get the skin off, this little skin here that we don't want. So that's what I do. So here I am smushing it, and then you just peel off see how easy that was? Skin is gone. See, boom, all the skin is off. Now, with garlic can be a little tricky because you definitely want to have the garlic open so that the flavor comes out, and we're going to saute it and it's going to taste great. But then if you eat it, you're going to realize that like 2 or 3 minutes later, you're like, oh, I smell like garlic. And you're going to smell like garlic for like the rest of the day. Or you're going to smell yourself smelling like garlic. You might not smell like garlic to other people, and I've actually had like close friends like, smell my face, smell my neck. Do I smell like garlic? And I'm like, no, you don't smell like garlic, Sai. But that's just something to keep in mind when you're cooking with garlic. You want to make sure that you don't eat it, or if you eat it, just know you're going to smell yourself like garlic for a little bit. All right, so that's everything that I get going first. I'm going to put this oil back on the eye. All right, Alicia, so can you grab this? Yeah, you can grab it. All right, come over here. Let's see. Hold it right here. And can you get up there on the pan? Ooh. Wait, down. Hold on. There we go. All right, see, once again, I can see Goya is in the screenshot. I love Goya. Nice and sizzly. All right, and that's everything I have. Oh, forgot my onion. Okay, so come back over here. Let me chop up my onion. As you can see, this is real for real. Ugh, forgot my onion. All right. I'm not quite Rachel Ray yet. Oprah hasn't given me that kitchen yet. Where everything is chopped up first. All right. So you just do 2 very simple cuts. And then I like to go horizontally. Keep the onion intact and then turn it around. I know I was forgetting something. You might as well order out if you don't put onions in there. Trust. You will not have your flavor. All right. Ooh, do you smell it? Can you smell it? If I can smell it, everybody should be able to smell it. Alrighty. Alright, that's probably enough onions. Ooh. My eyes are watering. Where is the pepper? There we go. So once again, I have my coarse sea salt. And my pepper. I need crushed pepper, but this is all I have for now. So let's show that one more time. Yeah. There we go. And we can see it starting to sizzle, and just leave it alone. You know, I might put a little bit of oil in there, a little more. Can you lift up a little bit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. Just so that it gets into the oil. All right, leave it right there just for 1 second, Alicia. And I like to cover it a little bit. And so what that does when you cover it is it allows it to kind of cook a little bit, just to cook down some. And then I'll take the lid off of it and let it saute. So because what you don't want it to do is you don't want it to just cook on one side and not really cook down, because remember, this is split pea soup and we want it to actually taste like split peas and not necessarily like big crunchy chunks of onions or carrots. Okay, so I'm gonna let that saute or cook down for maybe about 2 or 3 more minutes, and then I'll be right back. And we're back. So I'm almost about to take the lid off of this pot, but before I do, what I'm going to do is make sure that I have my turkey bacon, and let me move this over here. And I'm going to chop these up and then put them inside the pot with the lid off of it so that everything can saute. So you want to cook that down some because the bacon pieces are smaller than that, and then the food that's in there, and you don't want the bacon pieces to get crispy and crunchy and just with no flavor because it's burned. I've done that. You don't want to do that. So Nice generous sizes. I usually cut it with the other knife. I don't like how this cuts with the bacon. Change up my knives. There we go. Bam. Went right through it. All right, here we go. So can you grab you can, yeah, you can take it off. Can you grab the computer? All right. So I'm just gonna put this in here. Ooh, it smells so. Can you smell it, girl? Smells so good. Can you lean here? Here we go. Let's pick it up so that everybody can see what that turkey bacon's looking like. All right, so I'm stirring this up. It smells so yummy. This is so good. I can't take it. If you're ever in New York City, you want me to cook for you, just give me a shout out. I'll hook it up. Okay, so at this point, what I do is I let the turkey bacon cook a little bit and brown a little bit, and then after that, we move on to the next step. So we'll be back in a couple seconds. And now we're at the step where we take a look at our onions and turkey bacon and carrots to see that it's browned just a little bit on the edge. That's the point where I put my chicken broth in there. But I was sitting here talking with Alicia, and we were talking, and she was saying how sometimes when she seasons everything, it smells so good and tastes so good, but then when you put the meat in or season the meat, that the flavor just isn't there. Now, or the flavor doesn't taste the same as it smelled and as it would taste the way it was before. And one of the benefits to having a vegetarian meal is the way that it smells is the way that it tastes. So when you have this aroma in your kitchen, and especially when you lean over the pot to look at everything to see that it's brown, the way that it smells when your face is in the pot, which is what I'm going to show you in a second, is the way that it's going to taste. And from some of the other videos that I've had, my suggestion is that you incorporate vegan meals and vegetarian meals to make up the majority of what you eat, because that will have you or force you at the beginning, but it'll encourage you to have more fruits, more vegetables, good oils, snacking on seeds and nuts and fruits and all of those good things. And then occasionally, if you want to go have a whatever you like, then you can, okay? All right, so Alicia, let's grab this. Ooh, I can see it from here. Okay, let's make sure that, let's get a close-up. Yes, you can see it. You can see how, like, the edge of the bacon is brown, and you see some of the brown edges right there. That's when I pour in my my chicken broth, and that, oh my, it's about to taste good, y'all. I don't know what you having for dinner tonight, but I'm having this.
The screen, all right. The screen middle.
You can just leave the screen right there. Okay. All right, so what I do is be careful. I pour my chicken broth. Oh God, I'm not good at this, you guys. I'm sorry. I try not to splash. Oh, sorry. At this point, I turn the temperature down to low. All right. Sorry. This is so horrible. Look. All right. There we go. Okay. Let's set it back here. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is not one of my prettiest videos, but this is real live cooking. And, you know, this is pretty much how it happened. So before, when everything was sauteing, I had the temperature on high. And when I'm pouring the chicken broth or the vegetable broth into the pot, I turn it on low. Okay? So now, let's take a look at our different chickpeas. Now, you guys already know that I'm in love with Goya. I am. I love their food. It's amazing. So, and I was up on Goya before these commercials that I've been seeing lately, okay? Just to be clear. So, I like to add different color split peas. So, I have yellow split peas here, and I also have green split peas. So, I'm going to add the green ones in first because they're almost done. Yeah, you can grab it. So what I'm gonna do here is I put half, I'll like cinch half, and then I just pour half in, okay? And now I have my pink, like pink salmon colored lentils, and I'll use maybe that much. Okay, so let's come right here, and then what I do is I will stir this up, okay? And there's not a lot of activity going on then right now, and what I do is I'll put the lid on it, and it's on like 2, low to 2, and what I do is I let that get to a boil. Let that get to a boil. No, sorry, I don't do that. My bad. I put it on high. Sorry. Put it on high. Let that get to a boil, and then once it's boiling, then you turn it down to in between low to 2, depending upon you know how you want your lentils to come out. When some people want their lentils to come out really, really, really soft and mushy, almost melting in your mouth. I like my lentils to have a little bit of a bite to it, just a little, almost like al dente, okay? I like a little bit of a bite in my carrot and my onion as well. So I cook mine after the boil on 2, okay? So in a few more minutes, we'll be right back. Okay, and so we're back. And so now we're gonna go and take a look at the pot and see what's going on, okay? All right, so let's grab that. I'm gonna have all my spices over here. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So if we look right in here, we can see that there's no liquid in here. So what this means is I put in a lot of split peas, which I do sometimes. So you have 2 options. The first thing you can do is you can take a food processor and scoop out half of it and process that, or you can add more chicken broth, which is what I do, because I like my split pea soup to be less soupy and more like gooey. Like I like it to be thick. I don't like it to be thin and really, really soupy. So this is what I do. And this is the consistency, if you can see this. This is the consistency that I like, yeah, there we go, that I like for my split pea soup. And these split peas are about 80% cooked for my liking. So what I do is I put in my Goya adobo, which I put in everything. I put in the sea salt. Now, if you consider the salt that I've put in here, I haven't put a lot in, okay? And you get to control the amount of salt that you put into your food. And so I'm trying cayenne pepper for the first time. We'll see what that tastes like. I hope it tastes good. Because cayenne can be kind of strong, but I didn't put a whole lot in. Yeah, there we go. This is how I like my split pea soup. So there we go. And I'm gonna stir it again one more time so you can see the consistency. So that's how I like it. So I'm gonna put the lid back on it. And now is when you do it low and slow. Let's put this back, yeah, you got it, okay. There we go. Okay, so now I'm cooking it at between low and 2. And this is when you cook things and they say low and slow. It's on a low temperature, and it's going to take a long time, maybe like 45 minutes to an hour for the rest of it to cook, and then it'll be done. If you want your split pea soup to be more soupy, then you can either add more chicken broth or more broth at the beginning, or you want to have less split peas. With that combination, then you'll be able to determine if you want your split pea soup to be more soupy or more creamy. And then the amount of time that you actually cook your split peas will determine how soft the pea is. So all of those different things are up to your own personal preference. So we have one more step in cooking the split pea soup, and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, and now we're back after having had the split pea soup go for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending upon, you know, how you want your soup to be, either soupy or more creamy, or if you want your split peas themselves to be extra sauce, extra soft, or a little bit more tender. So I'm back, and I'll admit I tasted it a little bit before I turned on the camera. It's so good. Oh my God. Okay, you ready? All right. So here, let's get it right. Yes, perfect. All right, so so this is the consistency that I like. Can we get my face in there too? Because I'm happy. This is the consistency that I like. And so what I do, and this is what I suggest that you do, make sure you want to taste it like twice. I like to get a little bit of the broth in there for one bite, and then for the second bite, I like to get like a celery or a carrot or something like that. And then that way I'll know if, and we can put it down here. And that way I'll know if the carrots and the celery and the onions are how I want them to be. Because when you're eating the soup, you want everything to have one consistent taste where you've got the broth and it's blended nice and creamy with the split peas and also with the carrots and the onions and things like that. You don't want to be tasting something and then you bite down into something that doesn't seem like it's a part of the soup. Okay, so we're done for now, and that is my famous split pea soup that I'm always talking about on my YouTube channel and on Facebook. So if you have any questions, let me know. And like I said, if you're ever in the city and you want some homemade soup, just let me know. I'll see you next time. Bye.